Howdy folks! In today's quick video, we'll be taking a look at the Acemagic Matrix Mini M1. It is a mini PC that is several years old, but hardware-wise, it's still good to do everything that I needed to do for a mini PC, and I'm able to score some good clearance price on this model. This configuration specifically is 16 gigabytes of RAM, and we have a 512 gigabyte SSD, or technically NVMe drive, on a M.2 configuration, which is fantastic. So even though it's several years old, it will do everything that I needed to do. One of the tests that we'll be doing is we're going to do an antivirus scan on this because allegedly last year or a year and a half ago, people were saying that they were shipped with malware. So hopefully they already addressed it. They claim that they've addressed it. We'll take a look at it as well. And also in my specific case, I'll format the drive anyway, and then I'll be putting in my own M.2 drive, and then I'll repurpose the 512 M.2 drive. In the box, we have obviously the mini PC, we have the power brick, we have a plate to mount the machine to like a VESA mount, screws, and an HDMI cable, which is included, and that's nice. System itself, in the front, we do have a USB-C port. We have two USB 3 ports with a 3.5 millimeter jack. We have ventings going on the side to cool that. And also then in the back, we can take a look and see that we do have multiple USB 3s, four on the right side. And then we have an HDMI on the left with a display port as well. Under that yellow wonderful sticker, we do have an Ethernet connection port. And it does state that if you're going to plug it in, your PC may boot up slower because part of Microsoft's updates may slow down your boot up process. So if you want to boot it up quickly, you can see that I'm just putting some light on that. Then just don't plug it in or plug it in and expect the boot up process to take longer. Opening up the box, we see that we do have a pretty good sized, decent cooling fan. And I'm trying to do this one-handed, so sorry for some of the shakiness here. And on the back side, we do need to be careful because we do have the Wi-Fi antennas wired in, even when we take this out, so we do need to be careful. But in the bottom there, we have the M.2 drive, and then at the top, we do have two slots for memory, and then one of them is in use, which is 16 gigabytes, again, in my configuration. So we should be able to update the M.2 drive if we need to, and in my case, I will. After I do the antivirus scan, I will go ahead and just format it and then put my own drive in it, and then 16 gigabytes of memory for me will serve it just fine. For security purposes, I have created a separate isolated Wi-Fi on my network to ensure that this test is completely dedicated to this machine in case there is any malware, but doing a full scan after the Defender did all the updates did not find any issues. I did follow up with another offline Defender scan so that it can find any additional issues that may not be found when the system is in this mode. Did not find any issues. I followed up with a Trellix finger tool. It did take a while to run, but after it completed successfully again, it did not find any issues. Windows 11 activated successfully. It came with a 23H2 update, but of course now we're in 2025, so it did take a while to get all of the updates to be completed, which it did successfully. Thankfully, not too much bloatware were pre-installed on the machine like some manufacturers do, so from that perspective, it was nice that I did not have to uninstall too many things. Obviously, there are some things that Windows does pre-install whether you want it or not, and then I just did an uninstall of that. Capacity-wise, again, I'm going to reformat the drive, so not an issue. By doing a quick test on the drive that is included, we can see that from the testing perspective, it did score 1,789 on sequential read versus 1,746 on sequential write. So again, not the fastest drives out there, but decent enough for a mini PC to do all of the core functions that I needed to do. It's quite adequate, but again, I'll be putting my own drive in here after I format this drive and then reinstall the OS or repurpose this drive for other usage. Note that on the website, you can't easily get the drivers that you need. So in my case, I had to plug in, do a hardwire after I reformatted the drive, applied all of the Windows updates for the drivers, and then I was able to proceed just fine with it. On their website, I was only able to find that they don't have an M1 category. Again, they're retiring probably this model, which is fine, but they still should allow the drives on their website. They don't provide those drives, but I figured, okay, let me try their W1 model drivers because I think those machines may be similar. But then when you try to download those drivers, you get a Google Drive message saying that the capacity has been reached. And I've tried that multiple times, and I was not able to get those drivers that way. As I said, as a bypass, all I did is just plug in my mini PC hardwire, and it was able to obtain the needed drives through Windows updates. But unfortunately, just keep that issue in mind. I did email, they do have a service at acemagic.com email address. I emailed them. It's been a couple of weeks now by the time I'm editing this video this weekend. It's been 3 weeks and they have not replied to that. Again, I don't need them to reply. I figured it out on my own at this point, but just keep this in mind that drivers may be an issue if you're trying to get it or seek support. That may require multiple attempts because, at least on the first try that I've done, they have not replied yet, and it's been 3 weeks. Other than that, again, just if you're getting it for hardware, you know what you're doing, not an issue. You should be able to use this machine if you have find it on a good price, good clearance, and make it usable for whatever project that you need to. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching this video. Hopefully somebody will out there will find it helpful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.